Welcome back to Blind Reading with Hungry Harmony. Today's read, Bride of Discord, Chapter 18, The Wedding. And before I get started, yes, I don't usually take this long. Before I get started, I wanted to read in this position for a couple of reasons. Well, if you can see up at the left corner, there's some fan art I did of Fluttercord. So I kind of wanted to dedicate this last chapter to, of course, Fluttercord. And those are old ones I've done, but I'm very proud of them. And of course, I put them up in my room. I mean, I'm a proud artist for good at copying. But yes, you guys will see these at the very end of the video. But I just wanted to communicate that this is a special last chapter day. So I wanted to be in this position, so I hope you guys enjoy, and let's get to the reading. When the princesses heard of Discord's sudden reformation, it was no surprise that they were skeptical about the situation. It was Luna who eased their worry when she said, "You gave me a second chance, sister. Why should you not do the same for him?" Needless to say, it took an earthquake for Discord to gain their trust. Oh dear. After he saved Cantilla from a natural disaster, Princess Celestia saw that he had truly reformed. Of course, it was difficult for Discord to go from plotting against Equestria to doing good deeds, but for the sake of pleasing his beloved, he controlled himself. Most of the time, he still played a few pranks on ponies every now and then, but hey, he was the Lord of Chaos. Life in Equestria could not have been better, especially for Fluttershy and Discord. Now that the tension was lost between them, their dates were less stressful. Well, that's good. When he was not spending his time with her, the Draconequus was helping ponies with their problems. Whoa! For instance, he settled a disagreement between Spitfire and Rainbow Dash. He turned out that the prior was giving the latter a hard time because she was jealous of her and Soren. Oh! Jealousy! He also used his magic to protect Equestria from disasters, making Fluttershy the proudest pony in the world. Aww! That's so sweet. Go Discord, go. It was a year following their confession when he proposed again. A year later, yes, I remember that. He had surprised her while on a picnic, making a ring box appear and popping the question. As he had done a year ago, only this time she was more than willing to say yes. He gave her the very same ring, but the inscription had changed. To my one and only Fluttershy, she read, my bad. To my one and only Fluttershy, she read. The love of my life, the apple of my eye, my other half. Without you, my life is empty. I still think that one day I'm going to wake up and meeting you was all a dream. But if it is, I'll take it. You were the best thing that's ever happened to me, and I hope you can say the same about me. She then realized she had been turning the ring over and over. The message continuing. She looked up at the Draconequus. That would make sense. She keeps ringing round and around and around. And that is actually quite funny and really tricky of Discord. I'm not going to ask how you managed to fit all that. Magic. He chuckled. Believe me, that's the short version. I love this. It took a month to plan the wedding. It was even bigger than when Cadence and Shining Armor had gotten married. Hundreds of ponies came from Ponyville and nearly every pony in Canterlot attended. Even though few were fond of the groom, interspecies marriage were very rare. Of course, many were skeptical of the match, but if Pegasi, unicorns, and earth ponies could get along, why could a Pegasus not marry a Draconequus? Okay, on the big day, the bridesmaids hastened to get Fluttershy ready. Rarity, obviously, had made dresses for all of them, including the Flower Girls, Apple Bloom, Sweetie Belle, and Scootaloo. Twilight was performing the ceremony. Yay! I'm so excited. Oh, you look absolutely gorgeous, darling! Rarity exclaimed when she had made the final adjustments to Fluttershy's gown. She directed her towards the mirror, and Fluttershy thought she was looking at another pony. Ooh. Her dress was simple but elegant, with a vine design for trimming. Her veil hung from a wreath of pink roses which sat perfectly atop her curled hair. Rarity, She marveled. It's beautiful. You're beautiful, Fluttershy, Rarity hailed. I only made you better. Rainbow Dash laughed. I never thought you'd be the first of us to get married, Fluttershy. The unicorn sighed. Ah, yes. I thought it would be me, as I did catch Cadence's bouquet. But, oh, you really do look the part, sweetie. Maybe you'll be next, Rainbow, Applejack chuckled, teasingly poking the blue Pegasus inside. Sora might pop the question any day now. Ooh, Pinky chimed. Then we can have another wedding. How does next week sound? Knock it off, guys, Rainbow shouted away. Oh, Rainbow shouted, blushing. Oh, we've only been dating for a year. Fluttershy and Discord dated for a year. Yeah, but... And you love him, right? I'm doing this from the audio drama. That's where I'm getting it. Well, I admit it. You love him. You love him. You love him. You love him. Oh my gosh, that's a lot of love him. I'm sorry. I'm having so much fun reading this. All right. I love him. Pinky jumped into the air. Yay! Another wedding. I wonder if Sora heard this, just, Pinky being so loud as usual. Like, I wonder if Sora actually heard that. Probably not, but you know what? Interesting. Now hold it right there. He hasn't even asked me yet. Every pony burst out laughing except for Scootaloo, who shifted in her dress. Aren't we a little old to be flower girls? After all, we have our cutie marks. Maybe, Fluttershy replied, but I couldn't think of 3 fillies better suited for the job. Aww, Applejack laid a hoof on her shoulder. We're really happy for you, Sugar Cube. Even if it is Discord? Well, Rarity stammered, we may not approve of your choice 100%, but... Twilight finished for her. We're happy that you're happy. There was a frantic knock on the door. Hey, Applejack! You in there? Emergency! Applejack approached the door. 1 second, Spike. Are you mad? Rarity yelled. We're getting dressed. The cowgirl rolled her eyes. Do I have to go over this with you again? We don't wear clothes. I love this. I love this part. As she opened the door, she blushed when she saw the dragon in his tuxedo and top hat. Aw, he was still oblivious to her feelings, which had rapidly increased now that he was in formal attire. Thank goodness! I'm having a problem with... And then I remember this from the audio drama. Googly eyes. He froze when he caught sight of the mare in front of him. He hardly recognized her without her hat. She was dressed in an autumn-colored gown, her hair released from her ponytail and hanging loosely around her shoulders with a gentle curl to them, a wreath of roses sitting slightly on top. She looked, well, like a girl. And she was not that bad. He could have sworn she was sparkling. Ah, yay. Spike's getting older. Applejack raised an eyebrow when she noticed him staring. Is everything alright, Spike? Spike shook his head. Yeah, what was I saying? You have a problem? Oh, right! It's Discord. He's getting... He peered over with Fluttershy and said the rest and whispered, cold feet. Dun dun dun! Sorry, the whole audio drama is playing through my head and I just remember the scenes. But this is awesome. The cowgirl gasped and called to her friends. I gotta check on the groom. I'll meet y'all there at the altar. Discord needed a best man or mare, but unfortunately he was still a rookie when it came to making friends. So Applejack had volunteered for the role. After all, she had been the first to support the match. Way to go, Applejack. Way to volunteer. Yes! And actually, what's kind of funny is I remember that it was Spike that actually asked that question, like, wait, how did you become best man? And here it just says, and in the audio drama, Spike's asked the question, or it's explained by the character, so interesting. Huh, I don't know. I like both. I like both. Okay, let's continue. When she and Spike entered the groom's dressing room, it was empty. They searched in all directions for the Draconequist. Well, did you look up? Discord, get your rump out here, Applejack commanded. You're getting married in 30 minutes. She then had a thought and looked. Sure enough, Discord was hanging by his claws from the ceiling. Yep, looked up. The cowgirl stomped her hoof. Get down here! Make me! Discord taunted. I can stay up here all day! He summoned a pillow and stretched out against the ceiling. But you gotta get married! No, I can't go out there. Oh, no, you don't. You're not abandoning Fluttershy at the altar. I'm sorry, Applejack, but this is the honest truth. I can't do it. You can't give cold feet. You're the one who wanted this to happen. I'm not the one with cold feet. He snapped his fingers, and Applejack yelled that she felt a sudden chill in her hooves. She glanced down to see that they had been encased in ice. Yep. Quit fooling around and get down. Fluttershy's gonna be heartbroken. What makes you think she will be? She spun around as the Draconic was teleported aside her. She tried to tackle him, but her hooves were still stiff in the ice. Discord sighed and went over to stare at his reflection in the mirror. What makes you think she'll care if I leave her? She'll probably be relieved. How can you say that? Spike inquired. Well, just look at me. I don't know how I could possibly have thought I could be worthy of her. She's the most beautiful pony I ever lived. She's the most beautiful pony that ever lived, and I'm just a lowly Draconiquus. Even if I'm not evil anymore, that's never going to change. But you're... Applejack attempted to walk over to him, but she could not shake off the blocks of ice. Spike used his dragon breath to melt them and free her. Wow, so Spike didn't actually say it, but it makes sense why Spike would say it so that, so there won't be any narration. Makes sense. Huh, way to do it. Nice. Thanks, she beamed before approaching Discord. Now listen here, partner. You may be different, but I've never seen Fluttershy so happy in my life. You may not be the same species, but love comes in all forms. Yeah, Spike nodded. Like me and... He trailed off unexpectedly, his cheeks turning pink as he avoided their gaze. Like with you and Rarity, Discord huffed. Please, like that's ever going to... Yow! He cried out as Applejack stepped on his tail. He caressed... I don't know how to say it. He glared at her. Okay. Stutter, sorry. What was that for? Never mind that. The assistant pony shouted. My point is that I know what love looks like, and I've never seen two ponies or any other creatures more in love than you and Fluttershy. Unless I was mistaken and you don't love her. What are you talking about? Discord said. Of course I love her. You think I wouldn't have asked her to marry me if I didn't love her? You think I would have given up my plans for hostile takeover if I didn't love her? I'm spitting. Sorry. Well, let me tell you something, AJ. I love that pony more than anything. You hear? More than anything. Applejack smirked. What you waiting for then? The Draconiquus blinked and then glanced in the mirror. He then snapped his fingers, making a tuxedo appear on his body. Look out, baby, your new hubby's coming. He slicked back his mane. Oh yes, you handsome devil. You can do this. I can't do this. He winced as Applejack nudged him in the side. You better not bail. Every pony was in their positions at the altar. Rainbow Dash, Rarity, and Pinky were lined up beside the bride's bacon spains. Applejack stood alongside Discord, Spike ready with the rings. Twilight stood in the middle beneath the arc of roses. I'm just now seeing this in the auto drama. Like literally the images are coming back. It's... I love this part. The guests had all arrived and the room was packed. Since Discord and Fluttershy had no relations, the Canterlot folk sat on the groom's side while the ponies from Ponyville and Cloudsdale sat on the bride's, along with many of Fluttershy's animal friends. That's cute. Discord could recognize a few faces, including Sakura, Big Macintosh, and Cheerlee, who were married months ago. Whoa, that happened fast. No, I'm just kidding. But nice. Granny Smith, Rainbow's boyfriend, Soren, Fancy Pants, the Cakes with their twin toddlers, Twilight's parents, Rarity's parents, Pinky's family, Rainbow's father, and many of Applejack's cousins. Oh my gosh, yeah, that's a packed wedding. Just thinking about Applejack's cousins. Oh dear. Celestia and Luna were seated in the back row since they were the tallest. They were seated in the back because they were tall. I kind of feel bad for them, but since they are royalty, shouldn't they have at least maybe been up front? not with Twilight, but maybe behind Twilight. I don't know. I mean, they're princesses as well. Like putting them in the back, I feel like that's almost disrespectful to their rank or their, you know, image. So I don't know, maybe because they were tallest. I don't know. But I felt like they should have been up front because, well, one thing, Celestia knew Discord a long time ago, and even Luna, so I felt like they should have been maybe on Discord's side, you know, maybe almost up front, even though if they're tall, but they could be put in the side or next or behind Twilight. I don't know. They should. Sorry, that's actually really surprising that they were put in the back because of their tallness. I mean, I know I'm tall, and I volunteered to be in the back because I want people who are shorter than me to get, you know, in the picture. If I'm in front of them, I feel rude. I don't know. I have mixed feelings about this right now. It's just one sentence. I'm just rambling on with this one sentence of tallness. Sorry. I'll continue. Cadance in shining armor sat up front holding their pink newborn filly, Flutterby Lily. They had named her in honor of Fluttershy, of course. Oh, that's precious. I bet Twilight's jealous. Twilight noticed Discord's nervousness. You're not getting cold feet, are you? Of course not, he choked. In fact, it's quite hot in here. Don't you think? He tagged on the collar of his suit and wiped the sweat from his brow. You don't suppose she's changed her mind, do you? She's not late, Rainbow Dash whispered. The ceremony's not supposed to start until 3. Well, do we have a time right now? I mean, I don't even know what time it is. Wait a second. Oh my gosh. Okay, well, that's kind of funny because right now the time that I'm recording this is actually 3:20. Wow. So yeah, the wedding is late for me. Or I'm late for the wedding. Just kidding. Funny. Coincidence, almost before 3 by 20 minutes. Sorry, went off track again. But every pony's here. Shouldn't we start now? Ouch! Pull yourself together, Applejack hissed. Quit doing that! He pulled his tail away and turned the end into the fan. I love Thespio's version of Discord. Like when watching episode 10, just that was great performance by him. And honestly, I didn't even know they switched voice actors. Like Discord voice actors. I knew something was different, but when watching it for the first time, I literally thought it was the same person. Oh dear. Me and my, well, hearing. Not the best, but I'm still very impressed by the acting. This was incredible. I loved it. That's why I became a Fluttercore fan. Of course, because of Fluttershy and Discord, but reasons why I became a Fluttercore fan was this audio drama. Relax, we haven't been standing here that long. You sure? It seems to be taking an eternity. I should know. I spent that time in stone. Put that fan away. It's starting. Sure enough, the bird choir began singing the bridal march with Angel directing them. Angel? Interesting. Oh, that makes sense. Discord returned his tail to normal as the doors opened. As the flower girls hopped down the aisle, scattering their petals, he started panicking. What am I doing? I shouldn't be here. Why am I here? Then he looked up and remembered why. She entered the room with grace and elegance, causing every pony to gawk in awe. She walked down the aisle with her head held high, meeting the groom's gaze through her veil. Her long train was carried by more birds. A smile spread across Discord's face. She's beautiful. Applejack gave him a sly grin. Easy, sugar. Shave before the honeymoon. Meanwhile, the others were tearing up, including the flower girls. It's so romantic, Sweetie Belle whispered. I just hope he doesn't go all berserk again, Apple Bloom muttered. Nah, Skidoo said. Any pony can't handle this guy. It's Fluttershy. Fluttershy giggled at them as she passed. Then she turned her attention back to Discord as she walked up the steps. He gently lifted her veil to reveal her beautiful face. After exchanging a loving look, they faced Twilight. Mares and gentlecolts, the Elkhorn announced, we are gathered here today to celebrate the union of Fluttershy and Discord. Never in history of Equestria has there ever been a love so powerful, so strong. Yet it started from the most unusual of circumstances. These two standing before you have proved that love surpasses all differences, all flaws, all faults. She turned to the bride. Do you, Fluttershy, take this, Draconequist to be your lawfully wedded husband in sickness and in health until death do you part? Fluttershy looked up in Discord's eyes. Dory eyes. I do. And do you, Discord, take this mayor to be your lawfully wedded wife in sickness and in health until death do you part? He was lost in his bride's eyes that he did not hear her at first. Huh? Oh, I do! Yes, I most definitely do! Twilight chuckled. In this case, may I have the rings? Spike presented the pillow, and Twilight used her magic to levitate the rings. One was attached to a gold chain, which she replaced around Fluttershy's neck. The other slid onto the middle finger of Discord's lion paw. By the power vested in me, the alicorn continued, I now pronounce you husband and wife. You may now kiss... I remember this in the audio drama. The Chikonakush did not wait for her to finish and pulled his bride in for a deep before pressing his lips against hers. Most of the audience cringed, but then stopped their hooves in applause. You know what I love about this? Is when Cadence broke the silence. He's like, woohoo! Yeah, bravo! I love that part. Actually, I'm kind of glad you added that in the audio drama because I love how Cadence is the one who broke the silence. I feel like Big Mac should have also been the one who would also have broken the silence, but this is awesome. And then stomp their hooves in applause. Like how many seconds later? That's awkward. But yeah, I kind of cringed too when I watched it the first time, but then laughed so hard when Cadence, and I'm like, yeah, Cadence, way to be supportive. You're best. Rarity nudged Rainbow Dash and tilted her head outside. Oh, right! The Pegasus zoomed out of her ground and out into the skies. The couple pulled away just in time to see her sonic rainboom through the windows. Best wedding ever! Pinkie cried. The reception was held in the garden. Final Scratch played the song for the bride and groom's first dance. Some pony to love? Yeah, of course. Discord had selected it, considering it their song. Afterwards, a slowly song was played, drawing various couples into the dance floor. Shall we? Storm bowed to Rainbow Dash.
It's kind of slow, isn't it?
Well, I get if you're not up to the challenge.
Hey, wait a minute. Are you saying I can't handle a slow dance?
Can you? She grabbed his hoof. Come on, you rascal. Meanwhile, Rarity was met with an all-too-familiar unicorn stallion. Miss Rarity? Prince Blueblood greeted. Oh no, not him! Oh no! Would you care for a dance? I do not like him. I thought it was gonna be Fancy Pants. Never mind. She narrowed her eyes at him. You're kidding me, right? Fortunately, she was saved by another unicorn stallion. Pardon me, Your Highness, but may I cut in? Rarity's eyes lit up at the sight of Fancy Pants. You most certainly may. Spike sighed as he watched the girl of his dreams dance with another guy. Applejack noticed his sadness and approached him, following his gaze. Sorry, Sugar Cube, the dragon shrugged. Yeah, whatever. I guess some things just aren't meant to be. Hey, you never know. They could be just friends. But what if they're not? Then you let it be. If you really love some pony, you do what makes them happy. She put an encouraging hoof on his shoulder. But hey, if you ever need a shoulder to cry on, I'm here. Spike looked up at her. She was wearing her hat again, but that did not change the effect she had on him. His heart fluttered in a similar way it did for Rarity, but he felt something else along with it. Comfort, familiarity. That's adorable. That's adorable. Ah, that's adorable. He rubbed his arm nervously. Hey, Applejack, you, wanna dance? The cowgirl could not believe her ears. You mean it? Yeah, you know, if you want to. She smiled at him warmly. I'd love to. Okay, now I'm actually kind of liking it. I mean, okay, I still don't ship them, but because how I'm reading it, I kind of like it because it did take the time and yes, okay, I'm sorry, continuing. Discord gazed down at his new wife as she buried her face in his fur. Then he noticed a familiar figure standing off to the side. Oh, Zikora! He called. Fluttershy looked up as he led her over to the zebra. Greetings, you lovebirds, and salutations, she said. I just wanted to offer my congratulations.
We have you to thank for this,
the bride insisted. Discord raised an eyebrow. What do you mean? I never told you. You haven't told everything to Fluttershy? Discord? Oh dear. Well, you're married, so tell her everything now.
Everything. See, before I accepted your deal, I went to Sakura for advice, and she told me that you weren't all bad and we would be happy together. Wait, never told me what?
That I asked Sakura for advice and she told me to make you that garden. Hey, hold on, he pointed accusingly at the zebra. You knew this was going to happen all along, didn't you? That's not how you're supposed to question it, sorry. You knew this was going to happen all along, didn't... I cannot say it. You knew this was going to happen all along, didn't you? Sakura laughed as she walked away. Nice to see you finally catch up. What do you think? Why do you think I set you up? But how did she... She's not even a unicorn! That wasn't even right. Fluttershy silenced him with her hoof.
Does it really matter, dear?
He sighed and took her in his arms. No, I guess not. I'm so happy right now, guys. This is amazing. This is amazing. And also, that line that he says, or yeah, Discord says, that I asked Sakura for advice and she told me to make you that garden. Sakura technically didn't say that. That's why I was kind of confused even in the audio drama. I'm like, no, Sakura didn't tell you to make that garden. Sakura tell you to do something nice for Fluttershy, or do nice for something for Fluttershy that she would like, that she would love. She didn't even hint that it had to involve her animals or the garden, nothing. Nothing at all. So in a way, I was kind of confused at this line because Sakura didn't verbally say that. I don't know if this was on purpose or this, but that just was on my mind when I was watching it and now reading it. So I'm still confused, but sorry. Carrying on. The carriage was ready with 6 horses to take the couple home, but Discord waved them off. No need to exert yourself, boys. We can drive ourselves. Of course, that makes sense. Probably they don't want them to know where they're going. He snapped his fingers, releasing the stallions, and opened the door for his bride with a bow. Shall we be off, my dear? Fluttershy was about to step inside, but paused.
Oh, I almost forgot.
She picked up her bouquet of flowers and tossed it over her shoulder. All the single mares, all the single mares, all the single mares, all the single mares wrestled to catch it. Mine! She shouted, trying to push the others out of the way. For sure this time! But the bouquet went high above her head, and the crowd parted to reveal that it had landed in Rainbow Dash's hooves.
Oh boy, Dashy!
Pinkie cheered.
That means you're the next down the aisle!
What? The Pegasus stammered, her face flushing. Soren laughed beside her. Well, you look pretty good in a wedding dress. Oh, that reminds me. Rainbow, there's something I've been meaning to ask you. Sorry, screaming internally because I ship Soren and Rainbow Dash a lot. Once the newlyweds were in the carriage, every pony waved to them and they waved back until they were a spot in the distance. Discord sighed and glanced slyly at Fluttershy. Alone at last. He was about to put an arm around her when an acorn hit him. He turned to see Angel and the other animals sitting across from them. How did you not notice that? What are they doing here?
Well, I said they could move in with us.
Fluttershy explained. You what? They're just going to live in the garden. They won't get in the way. But do they have to ride with us? I can just zap them to the garden, and she stopped his paw before he could cast a spell. Please, they want to ride so badly. Don't worry, once we get home, I'm all yours. He groaned. Oh, all right. This is completely different because Discord does snap him away. But in the audio drama, yeah, he snaps him away and here he doesn't. Oh my gosh, I love this. I think everything's coming completely different because I remember that's how the audio drama went with them carriage ride. It's almost like a, what was it, Cinderella like ending, like, you know, being in the ride and disappearing or just that. That's how I remember it. But oh my gosh, whoa, wait, okay. This is new. He groaned. Oh, all right. Okay, the entire ride was awkward and silent. I can imagine that. Whenever Discord attempted to move in on his new wife, the animals would cry out in protest and throw another acorn at him. Seriously, animals? Seriously? Give them a break. Let them be. Why? I'm married to her. Get used to it. When they finally reached the castle, Discord did not wait to get rid of the pests. I kind of don't blame him because they kind of were in the way. Okay, we're here now. Now scram! He snapped his fingers and they were gone in a flash. Fluttershy shook her head.
You're going to have to learn to get along with them.
Yeah, later. He looked at her slyly. In the meantime... Oh dear. He teleported himself outside and opened the door of the carriage. He then lifted her into his arms, bridal style, and carried her towards the castle. Home sweet home, he mused. I hope you don't mind, but I renovated a little. Well, I'm glad. But seriously, you're gonna have your honeymoon? Is this gonna be the honeymoon at Discord's castle? I mean, no offense. I wouldn't want my honeymoon to be in the house I'm probably going to live in. Does that make sense? Unless they're just parking there and then about to head out to the honeymoon, then maybe not. But still, I would not want to have my honeymoon in the house I'm probably going to live in or something. I'd rather, kind of have like a vacation, go on a tropical island or, okay, not island, but, go to a place where it's, like a nice beach hotel or something, why not? Just putting it out there. Fluttershy looked up at the estate. Their dark stone had been painted pink with patches of green and purple. Cool.
It's much more colorful.
Discord shrugged. Yeah, dark castles are kind of boring after a while. You like?
Oh yes, very.
Good, because this time, you're never ever leaving. Discord, no, that sounds, oh dear. She giggled as he poked her in the belly. Okay, poking in the belly while saying that maybe it can be a lighter subject.
I think I can live with that.
Well, okay, never ever leaving. Sorry, this just brings me back to the part where, like, well, you're never leaving the castle, you're never gonna see your friends, you're not gonna, that line just reminds me of that, and I'll be like, Discord, I can see my friends, right? Or, like, I can go to Ponyville, right? Like, oh dear. Okay. The front door opened automatically, and Fluttershy could not recognize the place. The main hall was still disproportional, with stairs leading to nowhere, but all the doors were right-sided up. The walls were also green and the doors blue. I like green and blue. They're my favorite colors. Well, turquoises, but yeah. What do you think of the interior? Discord inquired.
Less dizzy.
He chuckled. I thought you would like it. Wait until you see the honeymoon suite. So you are having your honeymoon in your castle. Oh dear. I mean, if they like it, then fine by me, but I feel like they should get away, to a paradise place or something. At his command, a door hanging high on the wall with no stairs leading to it opened. He flew her up to it, and Fluttershy gawked at the decor of the room. Everything was in the shape of a heart. The bed, the pillows, the windows, the chandelier, the candles, and the chandelier, etc. She did not know what to say about it.
It's, very
mushy. I know, makes me want to gag too, but isn't this how most honeymoon suites look? I don't know.
I wouldn't know.
Oh well, I'm too tired to change anything now. The door shut behind them and a do not disturb sign appeared on the knob outside. Discord waved back the Samir curtains and laid his bride on the bed. Okay, I'm already gonna say this. I kind of already like how the audio drama ended with them just going away. This is getting into more detail that I don't think I want to read out loud. I mean, I'm hoping this is PG. Please let this be PG. I will continue reading, but, because this is different from the audio drama, but, oh dear. Oh dear. Now we're alone, he whispered as he moved on top of her and pulled her in for a gentle kiss. When he moved away to look at her, he caressed her beautiful face. At long last, he had his prize, his true love. What made this moment even better was that she had married him willingly with no strings attached. He never thought he would be married, let alone to a pony of his dreams. Who knew what future lay ahead of them? Maybe one day they would have a foal and become a family. To him, that sounded a lot more promising than ruling Equestria. That's good, Discord. That's good. She suddenly broke his eye contact and looked off to the side. "What's wrong, my love?" he inquired.
Nothing, she murmured. I'm just a little nervous. This is a big step, you know.
He smirked. "Don't be. If I do anything you don't like, just say so." He gazed back up at him and a small smile appeared on her lips.
I love you.
Discord's heart thumped wildly. I love you too, my beauteous bride. Then he clapped his hands and killed the lights. Thank you! Okay, that's all! Okay, good. Okay, good. Okay, then, okay. Wonderful. Wow. This is very different, and I'm kind of glad Disney Fanatics stopped it in the audio drama there, because this is not, I mean, okay, now I noticed it's not going into any deep area, but him clapping the lights kind of symbolized that. But it still was really sweet and very different from the audio drama, very different. I'm glad I got to read this out loud, and thank you Disney Fanatic for letting me read this blind reading. I very much enjoyed it, and I'm sorry I had to make this into like 18 videos, but hey, there are 18 chapters. Wow. It's because of Bride of Discord I became a Fluttercourt fan. I am planning on making a video on how I became a Fluttercourt fan, and that'll be including me watching Bride of Discord. It's gonna be, I mean, it might be a long video, maybe not, but it's a fun little story that, like, my journey to becoming a Fluttercourt fan, and I hope to make it, but it'll take a long time to do, but stay tuned for that. And for more blind reading, I am planning on reading more MLP fanfic, and I hope you guys stay tuned for that. It'll probably be a Fluttercourt one, because, well, I am really into Fluttercourt, so I love these, how Fluttershy and maybe Discord get together, and just, I love the different varieties of that kind of story. So I hope you guys stay tuned for that, and I just thank you guys for listening, and I'll show you my Fluttercourt art at the end of this video, because you guys are troopers. You guys watch 18 chapters of me reading, so here's a little treat for you guys, and I hope you like it. And most of these drawings, or some of these drawings, I did copy from someone else's fan art. Like, some of the bases I kind of drew it, but I loved how it looked. That's why I drew it down, because I love the design. I did the coloring and the drawing myself. I just copied off of someone else's artwork as well. So they deserve the actual original credit, and I just did a cover of their art. So I hope you guys like it, and I hope you enjoy it. And please comment down below if you're also a Fluttercourt fan, and I'd love to know your thoughts on Bride of Discord fanfiction. And of course the audio drama if you guys want to share about that. But I would love to know how you guys became a Fluttercourt fan, and I can't wait to read them because I love to hear from you guys. So thanks guys again. I keep saying that, sorry. But Hungry Harmony is out. Fluttercourt forever. And friendship is forever, but Fluttercourt is forever! Yeah, you are! You handsome! You adorable! You best! I love these two.
Friendship grows.